Chris here from Videomaker. In lieu of having videos from the show floor at NAB, we met with the brands via video conferencing, and we taped those presentations so that you can know about the newest equipment and newest gear coming out right now. So that's what's in this video, and all of the other videos we shot are in a playlist. You'll be able to find them here in this card or in the description. Without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you again, Chris, and everybody at Videomaker. I'm excited to talk about the RF 5.2mm f2.8L Dual Fisheye lens. As far as a lens goes, this is obviously a very unique tool. This is a tremendously powerful product in that it is a dual fisheye designed lens with a folded optical design that is really optimized to capture two separate fisheye images onto a single image sensor. So because of that, this unique design allows capture in new ways than has really been possible with current interchangeable lens cameras. This is the world's first digital interchangeable lens capable of enabling stereoscopic 3D with 180-degree VR capture. So we'll dive in a little bit and share a little bit more and explain what each of those particular fun words actually mean. So looking at what our current offerings are on the marketplace, there's a lot of different ways that you can experience video content. We have still cameras, we have video cameras, we have stereoscopic cameras. If you take a single image, you're able to obviously have a still image that can be printed, that can be shown in digital ways. When you look at a video type product, you're really able to share it in digital ways on mobile devices, desktop type monitors, or project it. With stereoscopic imaging, it becomes very, very unique. Your available options for output are so different in that you can now experience this type of content in 3D with a compatible headset. So when you look at the different products that are out there previous to the announcement of this lens, you've been sharing content and showing people images, showing people videos. And now with this new 3D capture capability, you can really bring somebody to that moment and really experience that moment in a different way that is very realistic and familiar to human vision. So with a compatible head mount display, once you actually export a file captured by the R5 with our upcoming firmware with use of this new lens, you're able to go and process that out and upload a single file to a head mount display and see that content in a very realistic and 3D manner. On top of announcing our lens, we're also announcing a system of products, which, as I've mentioned now, is our new lens, our new camera firmware that will be coming out, as well as application support to make all this work together. Each of these pieces are incredibly important. They work together. So without the lens, the camera won't be able to record, obviously, the stereoscopic fisheye type image. And then without the camera firmware, the software won't be able to see that metadata to actually process it. This is a first-party option, all Canon, from lens to sensor to body to software, which is incredibly powerful to a lot of our users. So when you look at how this is actually capturing, very similar to human vision, you can close one eye and you'll see that your nose is on one side. You close your other eye, your nose is on the opposite side. Your perspective with human vision shifts between your two eyes. By having a 60mm distance between the center of those two lenses, or interpupillary distance, we're able to have two separate images with two completely different perspectives that can be recorded onto a single image sensor. So when you think about it, once you put on a headset, the left screen is being displayed with the left image, and the right screen in your eyepiece would be displaying the right lens image. And as a result, that spacing is very familiar and very similar to human vision. When you think about the current offerings on the market, there are a lot of different VR tools. But when you think about the sensor size that we're offering, the sheer resolution that's available in a product like this, and its interchangeable lens nature, this is a very unique proposition. And when you think about the custom rigs that are really being created nowadays to create a VR type image with two different cameras being used, the challenge of that becomes immense. With our system, everything is easily mounted on. So with our RF mount, you're able to literally align the mount onto the camera, bolt it on there, and very easily have that same alignment straight through from capture. Now, when you look at human vision, we have roughly about 135 degrees. And if you go and keep your head still, you can look around to your peripheral vision and get up to around 220 degrees. When you think about how a lens like this can actually capture footage at 190 degrees, It's very unique because the current offerings on the market for headsets offer about a 90-degree field of view in many cases. And because of that, if you imagine the 90-degree field of view, you get about 50 degrees to your right, 50 degrees to your left. And that allows the viewer to really shift around and change their perspective and have control over what they want to look at within the scene, which is a very different type of experience for cinematography and video in general. So when you think about how would you compose an image that is so wide, such a wide field of view, with our firmware that'll be coming, added some unique and specialized features for VR capture. In this case, we're talking about a magic window. So this window that you'll see around that framed image allows you to really take into account what the composition will be either in a headset or within a VR platform like YouTube VR. So once you actually correct this image in post-production, you go from that dual fisheye image to a equirectangular image, meaning two squares side by side. So this is a very straight image when you really look at it this way, and it allows you to really see that entire field of view. But when you put on that headset, you have a very unique capture situation that you're only seeing a certain field of view dependent on that headset. And there's really not a standard currently, but on average, you're able to see around that roughly 100-degree to 90-degree field of view. And then from there, move left, right, up, or down. And because of that, that large resolution that we have with the EOS R5 at up to 8K 30 frames per second, and DCI 8K for that matter, that resolution capability is very, very strong and powerful for this type of situation, because the more resolution that you have and the more pixels that you can have in that overall magic window, the more detail that you'll see, the better, higher resolution that you'll actually be able to see within that scene. So obviously, once you go and you record all that footage, you're getting a beautiful, crisp image where we have Canon log recording capability, both Canon log and Canon log 3 now. And you're having a very, very robust image with high detail available to you. Now, you might think, okay, how does focusing work? And this is a very unique lens in that you have those two lenses. And with our traditional focus band that you'll see on the lens, you have a ability to drive both lenses backwards and forwards synchronized. Separately to that, in situations where you might find that the right lens or the left lens are slightly different, and it might be a situation where you've used the lens quite a bit, might be a situation where you might have a subject off to one side and the distance to that subject is closer than one side to the other lens. And in that situation, what you actually have on the side of this is a unique opening for a left-right focus adjustment. And that difference adjustment allows you to separately focus just the right lens alone. Now you might think, okay, well, focusing these two lenses might be challenging considering the wide field of view and the depth that will carry at 5 millimeters. In that situation, we've provided a number of different tools in the EOS R5, such as manual focus peaking, as well as focus guide. So both of these features are available on the camera. And something unique to this lens is that with manual focus peaking, you're able to actually magnify into your image either 6 times or 15 times. And with that, also have manual focus peaking enabled for the first time in a Canon product. Now, when you think about how the light is actually coming through here and all the different technologies to make this lens such a small product, it's very unique. You'll find that we have some of our top technologies built in here, where we have things like ultra low dispersion glass to go and minimize any aberrations that you might find. You have sub-wavelength coating, which allows you to shoot into very direct sunlight in backlit conditions. And you have a variety of prisms that allow the light to actually bend throughout the capture situation here. So light will actually come through the lens, hit a prism, hit another prism, and then go directly into the image sensor. So this is a tremendously compact design, and the amount of technologies that are available here and the unique lenses that we're offering really make this a very high-end and high image quality product worthy of the L series badge. Now, additionally, something very unique about this lens is that we actually have 2 electromagnetic diaphragm apertures, and they're perpendicular to that image sensor. As you're stopping down, they're actually working in synchronization so that when you're actually rotating your rear dial on our EOS R5, you're able to actually have that same functionality that you know and love out of a Canon camera, no different than your RF or EF lenses that you've used in the past. So if you can imagine, when you're using a traditional camera, that capture situation is very, very different than what we have today. So you normally have in a custom rig, 2 separate cameras that require 2 separate mounts that really need to be very specific in how they're actually calibrated. You're then going and synchronizing that position of that camera, synchronizing audio, synchronizing settings. And then from there, you're getting 2 separate files that you have to bring into a software to actually process. When you look at our capture process with that single file, as I mentioned, all you have to do is insert that into either social media type VR platform of choice, or put that into your head mount display. And from there, you're able to have a very easy and usable file that you can really shoot and very easily see that content in VR. So in addition to that, we also have a number of different capture aids. You have Camera Connect, which is a mobile device type application for remote capture and remote live view scene. You have EOS Utility, which is a desktop application, which allows you to go and remotely control or remotely see live view through a desktop type computer. And that's available for either USB capture or through Wi-Fi capture. And then really you're able to go and start and stop your clips very easily in that manner. And really when you're actually recording the image and you're actually playing that back, the way that light travels through lenses, the image is actually reversed. So your right lens will actually show your left image in live view. And through our utilities, your footage will actually be flipped over to their proper position. And then from that fisheye circular image, they'll actually be changed over to a equirectangular square image. That will actually be able to be played back in those headsets properly and fill that eyepiece with obviously a very, very accurate and correct representation of your scene. To actually edit with our footage, once you're capturing that footage, you're able to go and either use our EOS VR utility or EOS VR plugin applications. These are paid subscription apps that will be coming out toward the end of the year. So with both of them, you'll have the ability to go and export at various different resolutions as well as various different file formats. And when you think about using Adobe Premiere Pro, that particular plugin that's available for it allows you to have that seamless workflow that many users are already familiar with. So from there, you're able to color grade with Lumetri color. You're able to go and do effects and then also do obviously different types of text overlays and things of that nature. So just kind of summarizing everything, there's a lot of power in this product between the engineering and just the sheer ability to mount this onto an EOS R5. This is going to allow a lot of people that might be newcomers to VR capture, as well as people that might want to add a new capture capability to their current kit. This is an incredibly powerful feature add if you think about most people's camera kits. The size is very compact, lightweight, and easily able to fit into any camera bag. There's a tremendous amount of high-end resolution and ease of use that's now available with a product like this for them. Overall, looking at the functionality as far as using this outdoors, using this in different situations, you have high resolution, a very versatile aperture range from f2.8 to f16. There's a gelatin filter holder in the rear of the lens, and this is a very, very robust build where you'll find that there's coatings like fluorine coating on the front of the lenses to wick off any moisture or oil, as well as several different sealings on the actual lens as well, to make it so that it's a professional type use product and a very durable long-term investment for somebody. We've already spoke about the workflow, but the overall ideal is that we're trying to streamline the capture process and post-production process as well.
All right, so here's the end page. You now have 2 choices. You can either have the video that YouTube has chosen for you or the video that we have chosen for you. Hopefully either one of them is good, but you never know. They could change your life or not. Thanks for watching. Bye.